speak to the night, their rhythms steady, ancient, unyielding. Voices rise in song, weaving through the air like the smoke from the great fires. Elders, wrapped in wisdom and cloth, lift their hands, blessing the union. Women dance, their laughter spilling like river water, bright and endless. Men stand in circles, boasting of the fortune that will come with this marriage, of the power and unity, of legacies stretching beyond the stars. In the heart of it all, the bride sits adorned, gold and coral resting on her skin. Bracelets chime as gifts are laid before her, a mountain of wealth fit for a queen. The crowd cheers, their voices thick with joy. The groom presses a final gift into her hands, a carved bracelet gleaming under the torchlight. The smile comes, but the hands tremble. A whisper reaches her ear, soft but certain. "Sister, are you well?" A nod, too quick, too practiced. Eyes shift, searching the sea of faces, looking for something unseen. The voices rise again, drowning the silence. The dancers spin faster, the drums beat harder. The night pulls forward, and with it the weight of what is to come. The feast wanes, the fire dimming as the night grows old. A song begins, low and sorrowful, a farewell for a woman stepping into a new life. Hands press against her back, urging her forward. The path is clear, the steps known. One after another, they must be taken. The groom walks ahead, pride in his stride. The crowd hums, a final chorus of approval. Feet touch the threshold. A moment lingers, a breath catches. The door closes. The sun spills across the rooftops, warm and golden, a new day blessing a new beginning. The village stirs, preparing for another day of celebration. Then comes the roar, "Where is my wife?" Silence crashes into the world, swift and sharp. The chamber is empty, the bed untouched. The gifts remain, but the bride is gone. Feet pound against the earth. The young race to the riverside, their eyes scanning the water's edge. Nothing. Women press through the market road, hands gripping shoulders, voices urgent. No one has seen her. The elders stand in a circle, faces carved from stone. Find her before the spirits claim her. The hunters nod, their bows ready. The search begins. The voices creep like vines, twisting through the alleys, winding through doorways. "She fled," a woman whispers. "No," another hisses, eyes darting to the forest. "She was taken." An elder shakes his head, sigh heavy with knowing. There have been others, women who walked into the night and never returned. The hush deepens. The stories resurface. A shadow moves at the edge of the gathering, slow and steady. The healer steps forward, her staff pressing into the earth. Not all that is lost is meant to be found. The air stills. The crowd leans in. A voice cuts through the silence, sharp with fury. "Tell me what you know, old woman." The healer watches, eyes dark, knowing. Truth is not always ready to be heard. The hush thickens. The wind stirs. The search continues. The elders sit in a tight circle, their voices low but sharp. "A bride does not vanish into the night," one declares, his fingers tapping against his knee. Murmurs rise, some heavy with anger, others laced with fear. A few shift uncomfortably, glancing toward the door, as if afraid the darkness might answer their questions. "She has shamed her father," an elder mutters. "No woman with honor would flee from her wedding bed." Another leans forward, his voice grim. "Unless something unnatural has taken her." The room falls silent. The chief lifts a hand, his voice cutting through the whispers. "Enough. We must know the truth." Oba stands before them, shoulders tense, jaw clenched. "She humiliated me before my people." The words are thunder, rattling the walls. His fists tighten, his breath comes hard and fast. "She will not make a mockery of me. I will not rest until she is found." He turns, eyes burning, searching their faces for resistance. "Send the hunters. Let every tree, every river bend, every cave be searched." A man hesitates. "And if she is gone?" Another voice, wary. "What if the spirits took her?" Oba's glare is sharp as a blade. "Then we drag her back from the hands of the spirits." Kofi stands in the shadows, watching. The words swirl around him, thick as the smoke from the fire. He hears them, but his mind drifts back to that night. The way she smiled, too wide, too forced. The way her hands trembled when she took Oba's gift. The way her eyes searched the crowd, not with joy but with fear. "She would not run," he mutters, barely realizing he has spoken. "Not without a reason." The elders turn to him, their faces unreadable. A scoff. "You are just a boy." A shake of the head. "Let the men handle this." Beyond the hut, the night breathes, thick and knowing. A figure waits at the edge of the gathering, still as a tree, unseen by those who do not wish to see. Nana Essie does not call to them. She does not beg to be heard. She only waits. And when the noise settles, when the council scatters like dry leaves, her voice rises, soft yet certain. Some bonds are forged in lies. Beware what you seek. Kofi stops. The others walk past her, their gazes fixed elsewhere, but he steps closer. What do you mean? Her eyes, deep as river pools, find his. Not all who disappear wish to be found. The air shifts. The drums in the distance seem to slow. Kofi's throat tightens. A voice scoffs from behind him. Do not fill the boy's head with riddles. An elder brushes past, his footsteps heavy. This is a matter for men, not spirits. Others follow, shaking their heads. Nana Essie does not argue. She only mutters as she turns away. Truth hides in places you dare not look. That night, the village grows quiet, but sleep does not come. Kofi sits by the fire, the glow casting long, flickering shadows against the ground. In his palm, a necklace glints, the one Ayo left behind. He runs his fingers over the beads, their edges smooth, familiar. The night wind stirs, carrying whispers he cannot name. He tightens his grip on the necklace. Why did you leave, Ayo? The fire crackles, its embers dancing in the dark. The shadows shift, and for just a moment he swears they whisper back. Years pass, but Ayo's name refuses to fade. Some speak of her in hushed tones, shaking their heads as they pass the chief's house. Taken by spirits, a woman whispers, punished for something unseen. Others mutter that she fled, ashamed of a secret only she knew. The elders forbid such talk. The dead do not return, they say. But Kofi is not so sure Ayo was ever dead. The years have made him strong, but the questions in his heart remain. At night, he listens to the wind, hoping to hear a voice that never calls. In the marketplace, he watches the faces of travelers, searching for eyes that mirror his own. In the silence of his thoughts, he wonders, if Ayo ran, where did she go? If she was taken, why was no trace ever found? One evening, deep in the forbidden grove, Kofi kneels by a fallen tree, his fingers tracing the earth. He has come here before, though the elders warn against it. The trees whisper, their branches heavy with secrets. His hands brush against something cool, something familiar. He digs. The dirt parts beneath his fingers, revealing a string of beads, dulled by time but unmistakable. Ayo's necklace. The air around him thickens. This place, this cursed place, what is it hiding? She was never meant to come here. And yet, her necklace lies beneath his hands, waiting to be found. The hut smells of smoke and herbs. Nana Essie does not look surprised when Kofi bursts in, holding up the necklace. Tell me what you know, he demands. She does not answer at first, only stirs her pot, the scent bitter, clinging to the air. The truth has always been before you, she murmurs, but you were not ready to see. Kofi's patience thins. Ayo was here. She left this behind. Why? Nana Essie leans in, her eyes dark, unreadable. If you wish to find her, she says, voice barely a whisper, follow the path she took. The fire crackles. The words settle deep in Kofi's chest. He has waited too long. Jabari listens, arms crossed, brows furrowed. You are chasing shadows, he says. Kofi grips the necklace tighter. If Ayo is alive, I must find her. A pause, a sigh. Then Jabari nods. Then I go with you. They leave at night, slipping away before the village stirs. The road stretches long before them, their only guide the whispers of an old woman and the weight of a lost sister's memory. Days bleed into weeks. They cross dry plains, winding rivers, dense forests where the trees press close, their silence heavy. In a bustling market far from home, a merchant overhears their questions and strokes his beard. A woman like the one you seek, he muses. There is such a woman, living in the mountains beyond the great river. Kofi's breath catches. Who is she? The merchant only smiles, eyes gleaming with something unreadable. Some call her a healer, others call her a ghost. The road ahead is not kind. A group of travelers offers to guide them, their voices smooth, their hands too eager. At night, Kofi wakes to murmurs in a tongue he does not know. Jabari's grip tightens around his blade. They are not what they seem. Before dawn, they slip away, leaving the travelers behind. The river is wide, the current strong. An old fisherman waits at the edge, his boat rocking with the tide. Turn back, he warns. She is not who you remember. Kofi does not flinch. If she is not Ayo, I will see it for myself. The old man sighs, his hand steady on the oar. Then may you be ready for what you find. Kofi and Jabari climb the mountain path, their breaths heavy, their legs burning with the weight of the journey. The village below is nothing but a memory now, swallowed by distance and time. Smoke curls from the chimney of a small hut ahead. Someone lives here. Someone they have searched for. The door creaks open. A woman steps out. Her hair is longer, her frame leaner, her skin weathered by the sun. But the eyes are the same. Kofi's chest tightens. Ayo, she freezes. The name strikes like a stone against glass. You should not be here. Jabari shifts uneasily. We have traveled far to find you. Ayo's fingers tighten around the edge of her shawl. That name belongs to a girl who died long ago. Kofi steps closer. No, she lives. The air between them is thick. Jabari exhales sharply. Do you know what you left behind? Ayo's jaw tightens. I left behind a lie. Kofi does not understand. A lie? Her voice trembles, then hardens. You think I vanished without reason? That I abandoned my home like a coward? Kofi's heart pounds. Then tell me why. Ayo's gaze shifts to the sky as if the truth is carved in the clouds. I didn't run. I escaped. She tells them everything. The night before the wedding, she had been unable to sleep. The air had been thick with heat, with unease. She wandered outside, past the feasting fires, past the laughter, past the future that was closing in around her like a trap. That was when she heard them, Oba and an elder speaking in hushed tones. The land will be mine, Oba had said. Once we are wed, her father will have no choice. And the girl? The elder had asked. Oba had laughed, low and cruel. She will be exiled before the season changes. Ayo's breath had stopped in her chest. She had been nothing more than a piece in his game. Kofi's fists clench. He planned to throw you away. Ayo nods. Like I was nothing. She had gone to Nana Essie, the only one she could trust. Help me, she had pleaded. The old woman had watched her carefully, then nodded. We will make them believe you were taken by the spirits. That night, under the cover of darkness, Nana Essie had led Ayo away, past the river, past the fields, past everything she had ever known. In the morning, she had ceased to exist. Kofi stares at her, his mind spinning. So all these years you have lived as... Sina, she interrupts. That is who I am now. Jabari folds his arms. And what are we supposed to do with this truth? Kofi cannot speak. If the village knew, their father's honor would be shattered, their family disgraced. Ayo watches him, eyes dark with understanding. Would you rather I had stayed and suffered? A sharp whistle cuts through the air. Jabari's hand flies to his blade. Shadows shift between the trees. Men emerge, their faces twisted with triumph. Oba's men. The chief's daughter lives, one sneers. Oba will have what is his. Ayo's body tenses. I am not his. The men lunge. Ayo moves first, grabbing a wooden staff from beside the hut. The strike is swift, cracking against the ribs of the nearest attacker. He stumbles back, gasping. Kofi and Jabari are already moving. Fists meet flesh. Blades flash in the fading light. The fight is fast, brutal. Ayo's breath is steady, her strikes sharp. She is no helpless bride. One man falters, gripping his arm where Ayo's staff has found its mark. Another spits blood, glaring. They are losing. The leader signals a retreat. This isn't over. Kofi breathes hard. They will return, stronger. Ayo grips his arm. Then we must go. It's time to end this. Together, they descend the mountain, heading back to the village gates. The square is crowded, thick with bodies and breathless whispers. People press forward, craning their necks to see the woman who should not be standing here. Ayo is alive. The chief steps forward, his face pale, his voice unsteady. Is this a trick? Have the spirits returned, my daughter? Ayo holds her head high. No spirits, only truth. A murmur spreads. Some stare in awe, others in fear. The elders exchange wary glances. Then Oba shoves his way through the crowd, his fury cutting through the hush like a blade. She is no daughter of this village, he spits. She is a fraud, a witch. A gasp ripples through the people. Oba's voice rises. How could she survive alone for so long, unless she made a pact with the spirits? Murmurs turn to doubt. The villagers shift uneasily. Oba smirks, sensing their hesitation. She fled in disgrace. She abandoned her people, and now she returns only to destroy us. A staff strikes the ground. The sharp crack stills the air. Nana Essie steps forward. Her frame is small, her steps slow, but her presence commands silence. Her eyes burn as they fix on Oba. Enough, she says. In her hand, she holds a folded parchment, yellowed with age. The truth has waited long enough. Kofi steps forward, heart pounding. Nana Essie places the letter in his hands. His fingers tremble as he unfolds it. He reads aloud, Once the marriage is sealed, her father's land will be yours. By season's end, she will be gone. The elder's own words. A stunned hush falls over the crowd. Then voices rise. He planned to cast her out? He wanted power, not marriage. All these years, he lied to us. Oba's face drains of color. Lies, he roars. You cannot prove. An elder steps forward, his gaze heavy. The proof is in your own deeds, Oba. Another joins him. We welcomed you as a leader, but you have shamed us. The chief's voice is cold as stone. You have no place here. The villagers turn against him, faces hard. Oba stumbles back. He searches for an ally, but there are none. You cannot do this, he snarls, but no one listens. He is already gone. The village erupts in noise, but Ayo stands still. Kofi turns to her. It's over. You are safe now. Stay. Ayo shakes her head. This was never my home, not after that night. Jabari exhales, crossing his arms. Where will you go? A small smile touches her lips, where I choose. She steps away, moving through the crowd. The villagers part, watching in silence. At the village's edge, she pauses. Looking back, she speaks only once. Freedom is worth any price. Then she turns, walking into the horizon. She does not look back. Kofi stands at the edge of the village, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon. The sun dips lower, casting long shadows across the earth. Ayo's figure grows smaller with each step, but her presence lingers like an echo in his mind. Jabari stands beside him, arms crossed. She really won't stay. Kofi exhales, his voice quiet but sure. She was never meant to. The elders gather behind them, their faces drawn with thought. The chief, a man who has spent his life upholding tradition, lets out a long breath. Perhaps we have been blind. Nana Essie shakes her head. Not blind, comfortable. Her voice is steady, unyielding. It is easier to call defiance a curse than to admit our own failings. The eldest council member strokes his beard. We have always feared those who do not follow. But what if they see what we cannot? A hush falls over the group. In the village square, the people murmur. Some voices are filled with awe, others with unease. She survived alone? A woman whispers. She was never alone, another replies. She had her will. Mothers hold their daughters a little closer. Fathers glance at their sons with new thoughts. Kofi lowers his gaze to the ground, to the spot where Ayo stood moments before. He clenches his fists, feeling the weight of her truth settle deep in his chest. Ayo did not break tradition. Tradition failed her. He turns back toward the village, knowing that though Ayo is gone, her story remains, and stories, once spoken, have a way of changing the world. For years to come, the tale of Ayo is told, a whispered warning, a quiet revolution. Not all who leave are lost, not all who stay are free. And so the village changes, slowly but forever.